Chapter 5. The guardian behind the castle of the Argent Kingdom is vast and beautiful. Various kind of exotic flowers and plants adorn the place. There's also an empty area that is usually used for training. In addition, the guardian is also had previous for a place to relax and take shelter from the hot sun and rain. Zeal and Theodore stood face to face with a wooden sword in their hands in the vacious lot. Princess Aisha and Princess Alice took shelter under the pavilion while enjoying the tea and snacks that the maid had brought to the place. Remember not to hurt each other badly, as this is just a sparring practice, so don't take this fight seriously. Especially you, Theo. Princess Aisha warned Theodore seriously. I understand, Princess. Don't worry. I will restrain myself and try not to hurt him. Theodore replied arrogantly, like he could win easily from Zeal. Princess Aisha won't help but frown upon hearing that. Zeal, you have to be careful and don't get hurt. Do you understand? Princess said with a worried face, I understand. Princess Alice, Zeal answered curtly. Zeal nodded slightly at Princess Alice, who remembered him. He looked at him, sparring opponents. After seeing Theodore's sly gaze, Zeal brought thought of how he could lose normally and safely. Looks like I have to play a bit here, so Princess Aisha and Princess Alice don't suspect me. I had to show them my mediocre swordsmanship and was quickly overpowered by him. Zeal muttered in his heart about the plan to lose the practice match. Are you ready? Don't worry, I won't hurt you seriously. Theodore smiled kindly at Zeal, but his eyes stared at him coldly. Thank you for your generosity, Zeal answered flatly. Alright, get set. You can attack me first. Use all your strength, Theodore smiled provokingly for Zeal. Okay. Zeal nodded and pretended to be provoked by him. Then Zeal ran slowly towards Theodore, while raising his sword and swinging it like an amateur. Theodore blocked Zeal's attack easily. Is that your only strength? Are you a baby? Come on. Bring out all your strength. Swing your sword properly. Theodore laughed mockingly at Zeal. Zeal keeps swinging his sword aimlessly from above, right, left, and stabbed forward. But all of them were barely easily to Theodore. They kept clashing their swords for a long time, and Theodore seemed to have the upper hand in the fight. He seemed to be teaching Zeal how to use a sword, but suddenly Theodore attacked Zeal right at his vertical point. Zeal pretended to slip to avoid his sword. You were lucky to be able to dodge that attack of mine. Then try to dodge my next attack. Theodore was shocked when he saw Zeal suddenly slip and dodge his attack, but then only made him even more annoyed at Zeal. Theodore twitched his body and intended to strike Zeal's neck with a wooden sword. If he slashes hit Zeal, he will be seriously injured, even if the attack was used a wooden sword. But Zeal remained calm in his face of Theodore's attack. He was like a robot that had been programmed to parry over evade attacks directly at him. Zeal pretended to stumble and fall, so Theodore's sword just slashed through the air. You're lucky again, but not this time. Theodore was angry at Zeal, was able to dodge his attack again. An area sealed appeared on Theodore's body. His speed and power suddenly doubled. Then Theodore slashed his wooden sword towards Zeal's head. Theo, what are you doing? This is just sparring. Stop it. Princess Aisha shouted, warning Theodore. Theo, are you cheating? You cheated. Princess Alice also shouted at him. He could hear Princess Aisha and Princess Alice screaming at Theodore. But Theodore didn't listen to what they were saying. His mind was filled with anger because Zeal kept dodging his attacks. And in strange ways, Theodore felt that Zeal was playing a trick on him. His rage made him unable to hear anything from his surroundings and only focused on attacking Zeal in front of him. Zeal narrowed his eyes and slightly loosened his grip on the hilt of his sword. He slashed his sword from below and Theodore's attack. When their swords collided, he slightly twisted his sword to change the direction of Theodore's attack. Tragedy and purposely releasing his grip on the wooden sword in his hand, so Zeal's wooden sword was thrown, and Theodore's attack only passed through his side. Zeal raised both his hands and showed he was admitted defeat, but Theodore didn't see it and intended to attack Zeal's attack. Theodore slashed his sword at Zeal, but strangely he stood still, watching the incoming attack, because Zeal knew something would stop and attack suddenly. A silver wall appeared between Zeal and Theodore. Mercy's shield. Zeal could hear Princess Aisha's voice from behind him. Is this Mercery? Zeal looked at the silver wall before him and saw the girl who cast the magic, Princess Aisha. Theodore, Blanco, I said stop. Princess Aisha shouted angrily. Theodore finally came to his senses after hearing Aisha's angry scream. Then he kneeled and bowed his head in front of Princess Aisha and Princess Alice. I apologize, Princess Aisha. I was too excited and carried away by the emotions. Theodore said apologized and gave an excuse. You said you got carried away, but you used your aura seal. Isn't that just pure swordsmanship training? But you attacked Zeal intended to hurt him just now. Do you think I don't know? Princess Aisha couldn't believe what Theodore had said. I apologize, Princess. I am guilty of getting carried away by my emotions, and I promise not to do anything like that again. Theodore gritted his teeth and reluctantly admitted his mistake. I don't want to see anything like this again, Theo. I know who you are and your goals for doing this sparring, so please don't do it again. Princess Aisha sighed heavily in response to Theodore's words. Princess Aisha was his childhood friend, so she knew his true nature. I understand, Theodore, answered Princess Aisha, filled with dissatisfaction. After talking to Theodore, Princess Aisha looked Zeal up and down. Zeal, are you okay? Princess Aisha asked worriedly. Are you hurt? Did you get hit by Theodore's attack? Princess Alice was also worried about Zeal's condition. She checked his entire body to make sure he wasn't injured. I'm fine, Princess. Thank you for being concerned. Zeal lowered his head and conveyed his gratitude to the two princesses. Zeal glanced at Princess Aisha as he lowered his head. He saw her not because of her beauty, but because he saw the manner on Princess Aisha raging more intensely than what he saw at the servant selection event. It seemed that after Princess Aisha used the previous spell, her mana became raging and out of control. Such chaotic mana would explode sooner or later. Princess Aisha looked pale from enduring the pain. Zeal could see it on her face, even though she was trying to be calm. Princess Alice probably noticed that too, because she occasionally glanced weirdly at Princess Aisha. Are you okay, sis? Princess Alice asked because she couldn't bear to see her sister's condition. I'm fine. I feel tired. I want to rest for a while. Please take me to my room, Alice. Princess Aisha answered calmly. Yes, sis. Princess Alice nodded without asking any further. Princess Alice accorded Princess Aisha to her room, and Theodore followed them. He gazed at Zeal with evil eyes before leaving the place. Zeal slightly watched the two princesses go until they disappeared from his sight. I think I'll have to do some extra work tonight. Zeal sighed heavily. Then he left the garden and walked towards his room. Chapter 6. The night sky was covered with dark clouds accompanied by the roar of thunder. Heavy rain drenched the entire territory of the Argent Kingdom. Between the sound of rain and thunder, there was a groan of pain from one of the rooms in the Argent Kingdom's castle. It was Princess Aisha's room. Inside the room were only Princess Aisha and her loyal maid, Siesta. She is 7 years old, and Princess Aisha, Siesta's body is shorter than her. She had shorter black hair and looked beautiful in her maid uniform. Princess, are you sure you're okay? You look in a lot of pain right now. Why should the knight and queen make a political visit to the Robelia kingdom at the same time as your condition is getting worse? Siesta said with a worried face. I'm fine. Don't you know that I'm used to this kind of pain? Father and mother are doing important things for this kingdom, so there's no need to bother them with trivial matters like this. Princess Aisha comforted him with a smile. But Princess, your current state is... Siesta couldn't believe what Princess Aisha had said, and all she said, she was fine. Her face looked iced. It is nothing. If Alice seeing me in pain, she will be sad and worried. I have to endure it as usual. Princess Aisha tried to convince Siesta. Princess Aisha's voice sounded very weak. She kept grinning her teeth to endure the pain. Siesta couldn't help but cry when she saw it. You must be strong, Princess. I'm sure you'll recover. Then you won't make Princess Alice sad and worried anymore. Siesta tried to encourage Princess Aisha to lessen the pain she was currently feeling. I hope so too, but even our old mage can't do anything about my condition. They're speculating this had something to do with my condition. The mages also said that they will try to keep my illness from getting worse and to find the best solution to treat it. It's been 5 years since my condition was like this, and they still haven't found any solution. Princess Aisha said while holding back her pain and sorrow. She was sweating tears without her noticing. You can't be pessimistic, Princess. I'm sure they will find a solution. You must endure until then. From now on, you can't use magic anymore. Every time you use magic, your condition gets worse. Siesta scolded Princess Aisha for what she had done, to worsen her pain. I understand, Siesta. Even so, I still want to become a great mage. Thank you for taking care of me all this time. Princess Aisha answered with a sad smile. You don't need to thank me, princess. It's my duty. Siesta sobbed and gripped Princess Aisha's hand tightly. Princess Aisha smiled gently after hearing Siesta's words. Siesta, it's late now. Go back to your room. You also need rest because you look exhausted right now. Princess Aisha was anxious to see Siesta's teared face. No, I'll be with you here until you feel better. Siesta quickly rejected it. I'm feeling better now, so you can rest. I want to be alone right now and try to sleep. Princess Aisha tried to convince Siesta. Is that true? Siesta had doubts about Princess Aisha's words. Of course it's true, so you can go back to your room and rest. Princess Aisha reassured Siesta with a severe face. Alright, I pray that you can find a solution to your condition, princess. Good night. I'm going back to my room for now, but tomorrow morning I'll be right back here. Siesta reluctantly had to follow Princess Aisha's words. Okay. Princess Aisha nodded at the Siesta's words. Siesta, still hesitant to leave Princess Aisha in her condition, but after seeing Princess Aisha's smile, she finally agreed to follow Princess Aisha's orders and returned to her room. She turned off the magic lamp and left the room. Not long after the door closed, Princess Aisha groaned in pain again. After holding it in front of Siesta for so long, she looked in a lot of pain. While she was in pain, Princess Aisha suddenly heard a male voice in her room. If it hurts so much, why are you telling your maid to leave you, Princess Aisha? The man slowly walked out of the darkness of the room. Princess Aisha trembled in shock and fear when she heard the man's voice. She didn't know how the man had gotten into her room without her knowing it. Zeal, is that you? What are you doing in my room in the middle of the night? Isn't it rude to enter a woman's room without permission? Princess Aisha asked with a complicated face. Zeal could tell from his voice that Princess Aisha was confused and scared and angry with him. Zeal could understand his reaction. Princess Aisha is confused because she doesn't know Zeal's purpose in coming to her room. She is afraid because Zeal entered without her knowing it, and angry after all. Zeal entered her room without permission. You'll be better not talk much in your condition, Princess Aisha. You'll make your condition worse. And I'm not here to harm you, you're better put your mind at ease. Suppose you're asking how I got into your room. Of course, through the door I just made myself invincible and gave a little illusion to the guards in front of your room. Seal explained like he knew what Princess Aisha was thinking. Princess Aisha looked at Zeal. She didn't know what his expression was behind the mask. They were both silent for a long time. Finally, it was Princess Aisha who broke the silence between them first. So what do you want? Princess asked, took a breath to calm herself down. He even had time to forget the pain he felt earlier. First, I beg your forgiveness for entering your room without permission, Princess. If I don't do it secretly, then I'll be under suspicion when I come to your room in the middle of the night. Zeal didn't say his intentions right away, but apologized to Princess Aisha for his actions. I forgive you. So what is your purpose in coming here, Princess Aisha? immediately forgave Zeal and repeated her question. Princess Alice has been acting strangely all day long. She had become more severe and gloomy. She looks sad. It is very inconvenient for my work, and I know the reason why she is like that is because of your condition, Princess Aisha. Zeal explained the reason he met Princess Aisha. So in the end, I still made her sad. Princess Aisha blamed herself. Zeal just kept silent, watching Princess Aisha shed tears. Zeal didn't know the reason she was crying. Was it because she had made her little sister sad, or because of her pain she was feeling right now? I think it's nature for Princess Alice to feel sad when she sees her sister pain could die at any moment. Zeal said flatly. After hearing that, Zeal said Princess' body trembled, her pale face looked frightened, then she looked directly at Zeal's mask covering face. What do you mean, I could die at any moment? Even their old mage said I still have a year. How did you know about this? Princess Aisha couldn't believe what Zeal had said. Zeal couldn't help but stare at Princess Aisha's face and sighed heavily. So it seems you don't understand your actual body condition. Zal shook his head. What are you talking about? Do you know what happened to me? No way. Even the royal mage doesn't know my actual body condition. Princess Aisha said in a rather loud voice. Princess Aisha immediately saw a glimmer of hope upon hearing Zeal's explanation, but she soon gave up on that hope. How could a boy of the same age as her be better than her own mage? It's up to you, whether you will believe it or not. But what if I said that I could cure conditions? Zeal didn't care what Princess Aisha's thought. What? Princess Aisha was shocked after hearing Zeal's voice and words.